What's going on, guys, and welcome to today's video. And today we're doing a mod that I should have done about 3 days earlier. And what we're doing today is the Metalcloak factory OEM metal bumper reinforcement brackets. Now that's a whole mouthful of something that's a mod that you don't even see once it's installed. But what we're going to be doing is installing the cool kit that comes from Metalcloak, or that you can buy if you are a factory metal bumper equipped JL. Now I was ordering these parts kind of thinking, hey, that'd be kind of a neat video showing a cool part that reinforces a factory thing. You know, theoretically, it helps if you drive off-road. If you are driving, drop off a ledge and the ledge goes up, hits the rear bumper, the factory brackets are very, very thin and they can allow the bumper to smash up into the body, mess the paint up and do bad things, you know, so that's what it can do. That's what the factory brackets allow the bumper to do, but you know, does it actually happen? Who knows? But like I said, about 3 days ago, we were out off-roading at Tuttle Creek Off-Road Park, and I had ordered this bracket kit a few days prior. Ended up going off a 3-foot ledge, and you kind of know where this story is going. The bumper found the body tub. So I now get to show you guys what actually happens if you don't run this kit and you go off ledges. If you're just a trail guy that's just going on trails, and you probably don't need this. If you are out dragging the thing across rocks, going up and down rock ledges, like I said, this was probably about a 3-foot ledge I was going down, rolled off the back wheels, and again, hit the rear bumper here, and it immediately shoved up into the tub and did a little bit of body work and paint work. So these brackets remove these super thin factory reinforcement brackets, and you put on these massive brackets from Metalcloak. Let me grab them here. So this little black bracket is the factory reinforcement bracket, and it's very adequate. It's there, it's made out of metal, but it's pretty darn thin, and as you guys can see, it gets pretty thin here on this side, or the leg that kind of goes over to the bumper. This big, huge, heavy thing is the new replacement bracket from Metalcloak. And it's pretty beefy, and there's actually even a secondary bracket that you add to this, or behind this, that adds even more strength. So let me show you guys the damage, show you what can happen on your metal bumper equipped JL, and then we'll hopefully get this thing bolted on and show you how kind of quick and easy it is actually to do. Okay guys, so here is the deal. I do not run the muffler or tailpipes when I'm off-road, so that's why they are still pristine and not destroyed. But big rock ledge, drive off. We tagged the bumper right here, and the bumper got shoved up into the body. Now there's already a body line there, so it's not like this whole thing is caved in. Over here you can see you still have that weird body line, but the fact that body line is a little more pronounced over here, and of course has a paint scratch, that's what we are trying to prevent with these crazy heavy-duty bumper brackets that all kind of go up in this corner of the bumper. So guys, I'm gonna get this thing pulled into the garage. We'll get the wheel off over here, and then we'll get this bracket assembly on there and show you how kind of quick and easy you can hopefully save your tub from doing what I did on this brand new 392. Yeah, that was a little painful. And like I said, the second I went off that ledge, I immediately thought to myself, man, I wish those brackets would have already been here and I would have had them on, but that is of course my fault. So let's go get the brackets on and prevent any future tub paint damage. All right guys, so we are wheel off here, staring back into the rear of the wheel well. The first thing we need to do is pull this lower splash guard, mud guard thing off. It is just an 8mm couple of screws. Now guys, as we're pulling this thing off, like I believe I already mentioned, the cool thing about this bracket is it all is hidden. I like an OEM Plus mod. The fact that this isn't even seen is pretty darn cool. It all gets hidden back behind all of this factory trim. That's always a cool thing when you can't see the cool mod. Next thing, we're gonna need to pull off this end piece here on the bumper, the kind of closeout panel. Again, it's just a couple of little 8mm. Now keep track of all of this hardware because you are basically reusing almost all of it. Now, next up, we've got some 16mm that hold this outer bracket on. And now, last but not least, we're going to take the 2 nuts off of this inner piece or this inner bracket for the bumper. And this is a little bit tight, so you probably need to use a wrench on the top one at least. I think the bottom one you can get a socket on here. Now with the 2 nuts off of the bumper studs, we can get these 2 J-nuts removed from the bumper. Now with our 2 J-nuts removed, we're going to take the 2 provided spacers, slide those onto the bumper studs back there before we get ready to put our inner brace in. The nuts here are going to go on the back side of this because those are going to be the new mounting hardware. Now it is helpful to, even though you'll have to pull the bolts back out, to get everything lined up really nicely, you can go ahead and start these bolts in that inner bracket, top and bottom. Get them snugged down. And now you can go ahead and tighten these nuts that go on the bumper studs. Like I said, we'll have to wrench that top one because the body is in the way. All right, now with both of those nuts tightened, we can get these mounting bolts pulled back out. And now we're ready to fit the actual bracket here. Now, the 2 bolts that go to the frame, those are going to be reusing the factory bolts. And then the 2 bolts that go here, obviously, are using the provided kit bolts. Now, I do think it is easiest to leave the frame bolts out so you can work and fight to get these bigger bolts started, because they're going to be kind of a pain just with feeding them through 2 brackets and the bumper. So they might be a little bit of a fight. Now with these bolts started, we can go ahead and get the bolts in the frame. So with the 16s on the frame and the big 3/4 bolts here tightened on the bumper, this thing is now bolted on as it should. Now we just need to put all of our trim pieces back in place. So for these end pieces, obviously it is just as straightforward as putting those 8mm screws back into their J-nuts with this in place. Now guys, for the little kind of finisher mudguard closeout panel, they want you to drill out these 3 holes with like a 1/4 inch drill bit and put these push clips in. The Christmas tree style push clips through their brackets. And personally, I'd rather have the OEM bolts or screws still in place. To me, that's a little bit more of a positive connection than a push clip that could get caught and torn back out. So I'm going to be reusing the factory little 8mm screws. The issue with that is, A, we've got J-nuts here, so we need to get the J-nuts popped out, but the J-nut is way too narrow to fit over the big, thick brackets. So what I did was just take a pair of metal snips and basically cut these J-nuts in half, or cut the front side of these J-nuts off. So I'm able to hold the piece of the nut back behind the bracket, start these screws, and then be able to bolt it on like it should, like OEM. Okay guys, so here is my J-nut that I cut the front of it off. So all it is just the nut portion that I'm just going to hold up behind there, start all of my hardware. Yeah, it's a little bit of a pain, but to me, I would rather have those factory screws in there than some plastic push pins. So with our trim reinstalled, it now looks very much stock, very OEM. You can't really even see anything by looking until you kind of poke your head up, and then you can see some of those big beefy brackets under here. Well guys, now you just have to repeat the process on the other side, but it's pretty darn easy, and hopefully it's a decent peace of mind if, again, you are a metal bumper JL on not doing what I did to the body tub back there. So I need to get a wheel thrown back on, and I'm gonna do a little bit of touch-up paint work back there on the tub to cover up the bare metal. And then hopefully, maybe next time I drop off a big, huge 3-foot ledge onto the bumper, it won't immediately flex up into the body and do some damage. So hopefully that was interesting, or hopefully that is something you haven't seen before, or maybe have thought about buying or seen it and went, oh, that's probably a waste of money. That's not really actually gonna happen if you went off a ledge. But I can tell you, I'm kind of wishful that I would have had this from day one. Now, it'll be interesting actually sending it again off of something next off-road trip and seeing if I have any new paint marks, or paint scuffs, I should say, or not, because those brackets are or aren't doing their work. So I guess only time will tell, and we'll go from there. So guys, thanks for coming out into the garage with me and hopefully preventing your Jeep from doing what I already did to mine before I had the cool brackets. And guys, as always, thanks for watching, and we'll catch you guys next time.